Good morning, class. Today we will continue with the concept that we started in the previous class, the chapter relation and function. In the previous class, we discussed about the Cartesian product of sets, right? And we have done till sum number 5 of exercise 2.1. Now we will start with sum number 6. It is given that A cross B is this pair, means this set, and we have to find set A and set B. Now what we will do here, we will just apply the definition of Cartesian product of two sets to get the values or to get the answer of set A and set B. If you remember, when we take the Cartesian product of two sets, right, we always get the ordered pairs, and ordered pairs are given to us here. And the second statement of Cartesian product says we always get the ordered pairs, and in every pair, when we use ordered pair, that means ordered word means in every pair there is a certain order. The first element of each and every ordered pair is coming from the first set, and the second element is coming from the second set. That means if I look at these ordered pairs, A will come from set A, X will come from set B. Again, this A is from set A and Y is from set B. Third ordered pair, B comma X, B will be from the first set A, X will be from set B. Similarly, BY, B will be from set A and Y will be set B. So based upon this, we can write down what will be then set A. Set A will have A element. Look at the first element of every ordered pair. There is a repetition of A's, but we will write here once only. And now B is also there, so here we will write down B. Now next, what will be the set B? In order to write down the second set elements, we will just look at the second element of every ordered pair. So here X is there, so X will be there, and Y, so this Y also will be the element of set B. Again X and Y, so we will not repeat the elements in the set. So this is how we are getting the required sets, that set A will be having small a small b elements and capital B set will have X and Y elements, right? So here we have just applied the definition of Cartesian product and we are getting the answer. And now based upon this, you have sum number 9 that you people can do. It is the similar type of sum, as well as you people will be able to do sum number 7. Why? Because sum number 7 is having the concept of sets chapter, that is we are taking the intersection as well as Cartesian product. So both the things are together which you will be able to do. So sum number 7 and sum number 9, these two sums are homework. We will discuss here now sum number 8. In sum number 8, it is given that if A be a, means let set A is having the elements 1 comma 2 and B is having the elements 3 comma 4. First of all, we have to write down A cross B. A into B means Cartesian product of A and B, and then we will find how many subsets it will have. How many subsets A cross B will have, and we have to list all those subsets, right? So there are three things to do. First of all, we will find Cartesian product of A and B. So let us do that. If you remember, if A set is having these elements 1 and 2, B set is having the other elements, here we have two elements only 3 and 4. So when we write down the Cartesian product A into B, we write down all the possible combinations of the elements from set A to all other elements of set B. So possible combinations means 1 can go to 3 also and 1 will go to 4. Then 2 will go to 3 and 2 will go to 4 also, right? So what will be the pairs? It will be 1 3, then 1 4, and next is 2 3 and 2 4. So when we are writing these pairs, all these pairs are in a certain order. When you look at these ordered pairs, in every ordered pair, first element is always from the first set, second element is always coming from the second set, and A into B we are writing. And whatever you write down here, the order should be followed by all the ordered pairs of these two sets, right? When you are writing the or doing the sums in the register, there is no need to do this I have done just to explain you people. So this part you can exclude while writing. Okay, now A cross B is done. What is the second part of this statement? How many subsets? Now let me take you to the concept of sets. If you remember, if there is a set P and set P is having how many elements? Let us say there are elements m. That means the number of elements in set P is m. Then how many subsets P can have? Then the number of subsets of P. What is the formula? The formula is 2 raised to power m. If I give you the simple example, if there is a set A and it is having 3 elements, then the number of subsets of set A, what will be that? It will be 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. Okay, so this is based upon the number of subsets of a set. Now we have to find the number of subsets of A into B, that is the Cartesian product. And if you remember in the previous class I discussed, see, when we multiply any two numbers, the result is a number. When we multiply two natural numbers, the result is a natural number. When we multiply two integers, the result is an integer. In other words, when we multiply two real numbers, the result is a real number. Similarly, when we multiply or when we take the product of two sets, the result will also be a set only. Now, if you look at the form of this A into B, that is the Cartesian product of A and B, it is fulfilling the definition of a set. What is that? The elements are well defined, separated by commas, written within curly braces. So again, A into B, that means Cartesian product of A and B is again a set only. Okay, so here we will apply the same concept, that how many subsets any set A can have. It is having, if it is having m elements. Now here A cross B, how many elements are there? So let us write down number of elements in A cross B is, how many are there? 4. Therefore, number of subsets of A cross B, how many there we will have? 2 raised to power 4, that is 16. So there are 16 subsets of this Cartesian product and we have to list them also. And now I hope you people know how to write down the subsets. I will start the sum for you. I will start the listing of those subsets, but you people are supposed to complete the list. So the first subset that it will have, what will be that? In order to write down the subsets, let me write down the A cross B Cartesian product once again. So A cross B, what do we have? It is having 1 3, then 1 4, 2 3 and 2 4. Now if you remember, what is the method of writing the ordered pair of writing the subsets? So when we write down subsets, what we will do, there will be two subsets always. What are the two subsets which every set will have always? Set itself and the null set. So let us write down the first subset, it will be the null set. Okay, now what is the method? When no element, we will start making subsets, first of all taking one element at a time, then taking two elements at a time, then taking 3 elements, then taking all the 4 elements. So the next subset will be set containing the element ordered pair 1 3. Next will be set containing the element ordered pair 1 4, then 2 3. Remember, you have to write down as I am writing. 1 comma 3 ordered pair is one element. So one element within curly braces, when I write down, it is becoming a set. But this set is actually contained in Cartesian product A and B. So it is a subset of A into B, right? So This is subset, subset, subset. What will be the next subset? The last element, that is 2, 4. Now taking one element at a time is over. Now what we will do? We will start taking two elements at a time. So it will be 1, 3, 1, 4, then 1, 3, 2, 3, then 1, 3, 2, 4. Like that, you people have to write down all the 16 subsets, right? Try to do it. If any student is having any doubt, you can ask right later and I will help you. So the next sum that we will discuss now, first all the 16 subsets you people write down, and the last sum of the exercise, sum number 10, we will discuss. It is also again a simple sum. It is given the Cartesian product A cross A is having how many elements? A cross A is having 9 elements, right? Now if you notice, the first set and second set, they are same. That means whatever elements this set is having, same elements this set is having, and we are taking the Cartesian product of A with itself only. So 9 elements are there, and among them there are few elements. What are the elements that we already have? The elements given are -1, 0, and the next element is given 0, 1. These two elements are given to us, and we have to find the complete set A, as well as we have to write down A cross A. That means Cartesian product of A with A we have to write down. Now elements, 9 elements are there in Cartesian product. That means 9, how will we come get? 3 by 3. Okay, that means A set is having 3 elements, right? It means set A is having how many elements? 3 elements. And this set is also having same, here also same elements. Now look at the given ordered pairs. -1, that means set A will have -1, set A will have 0 also, set A is having 0 already given, set A will have 1 also. So these two ordered pairs are giving us all the 3 elements of set A. -1 will belong to A, 0 will belong to A, and 1 will also belong to A. So what will be the set A? It will have -1, 0 and 1. So this is the set A which we are supposed to find. Now what is the next thing that we have to find? A cross A. A cross A, that means when I find A cross A, okay, so if I write down here, set A is having -1, 0, 1, another set A is having again -1, 0, 1. So what we are going to do? We are taking all the possible combinations of each element of set A to every element of another set A. Both are same. So the first set ordered pair will be -1, -1, then -1, 0, then -1, 1. Similarly, all the possible combinations with element 0 and then with element 1, right? So the first ordered pair will be -1, -1, -1, 0, -1, 1, then 0, -1, 0, 0, 0, 1, then 1, -1, then 1, 0, and 1, 1. So there are all the 9 ordered pairs present. This is actually -1, -1, -1. Don't get confused that what is this. Okay, so this will be our A cross A. Okay, so the first exercise is completely based upon the Cartesian product. Now I hope everybody is clear with the concept of Cartesian product, and if any doubt is there, you can ask in the next class regarding your doubts, and we will move to the next topic, which is based upon the name of the chapter, that is relation. Okay, now what is the relation? We will start with that. Relation in simple language, that means in simple terminology, when we look at the word relation, that means some connection. relation means in order to have a certain relation, in order to define a certain relation, minimum what is needed? Minimum two things should be there. If I talk about our physical world, and we know the like we have the relationship of brother sister, we have the relationship of friends, then mother and children, father and children, siblings. So all these are the relations. One person alone cannot have any relation, right? Similarly, here in order to define the relation, I need two elements, right? And these two elements, from where they will come? These two elements once again will come from the set only. Okay, so let me start with one simple thing. If I have here set A, let me consider two sets, set A and set B, and we are going by arrow diagram presentation, right? So let us take here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. How many elements set A is having? 5 elements. Set B is having how many elements? 6 elements. So if set A is having 5 elements and set B is having 7 elements, how many elements will be there in the Cartesian product? Just take the product of these two numbers, 35. Okay, but if I don't want every possible combination of the elements from set A to the elements of set B, I need few ordered pairs, or I need few combinations which are satisfying a certain condition. Now let me define a condition based upon which I want those combinations. Okay, if I want all the ordered pairs x and y, where x is coming from set A, y is coming from set B, such that y is equals to 2 times of x. What kind of presentation of set it is? It is set builder form, right? It is the set builder form of set, right? And this was the roster form of the set when every element is written separated by commas. But when I write down the particular formula or the pattern that the set is following, the elements are following set builder form. And you know very well, when we take the multiplication of two sets, it is again a set. Okay, so what kind of elements I want? Let me come back here. Every x from the first set and every y from the second set y, but what kind of combinations? That the second element should be 2 times of the first element. That means this y should be twice of x. Let us make the combinations. Now 0. That means, in other words, I will multiply the first element by 2 and that element will be equals to the second element. 0 multiplied by 2, it will go to 0. 1 multiplied by 2, it will go to 2. 2 multiplied by 2, it will go to 4. And 3 multiplied by 2, it will go to 6. This 4 is not having, 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. We don't have 8 in the ordered pair. Now out of 35 possible combinations, how many combinations I am getting? 4 combinations I am getting based upon this criteria, right? So when I look at these ordered pairs, that means if I write down this set builder form in the roster form, it will be 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4 and 3, 6. Now when I look at these ordered pairs, what I am observing, there is a certain relationship between the first element and the second element. Second element is twice of the first element, second element is twice of the first element, here also same, and 0 into 2 is actually 0 only. So every ordered pair is satisfying a certain criteria, right? So if I collect, or if I take the collection of all those ordered pairs or the collection of all those combinations from set A to set B which are following a certain criteria. That collection will be called relation. So this collection will be called relation, and relation we will always represent by capital R. Always. Okay. So relation is represented by capital R. There is a small change between, or small difference between the Cartesian product and the relation. Cartesian product means all the possible combinations of every element of set A to each element of set A, but relation is not every possible combinations but those combinations which are satisfying a certain criteria. This criteria I am fixing here. Likewise, you people can fix any criteria based upon which you can have the collection of few or selected order pairs, and that collection will be called relation. Right? Now tell me one thing, if I take all the possible combinations here, definitely 0 0 will be there, 0 1 will be there, 1 2 will also be there. So these ordered pairs which we are writing here, these ordered pairs are present in the Cartesian product of A and B also. So in other words, what does mean? It means this relation is a subset of Cartesian product. So here comes the result, that relation is always a subset of Cartesian product of two sets on which the relation is defined. Right? So this is important result that we are having here, that the relation from a non-empty set A to the non-empty set B is a subset of the Cartesian product A cross B. Right? So remember the definition. It is given in the book, but here more important thing is to understand what is the relation. Relation is defined from a non-empty set A to the non-empty set B. Once again, the criteria is sets should be non-empty. If this set is empty or this, then we cannot make any relation between the elements of the sets. Okay. So the relation R from a non-empty set A to non-empty set B is a subset of the Cartesian product A cross B, and the subset is derived by describing a certain